welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we are going to be talking about first impressions and being new on a cruise ship. Now, the advice that I'm going to give in this video isn't just applicable if it's your first ever cruise ship contract. This is just if you're new on a ship. It could be your first contract, it could be your 8th contract. If you're going on a cruise ship, then give this a watch. So when you are new on a ship, people are going to be trying to figure you out. Is she the good girl? Is he the bad guy? Does he like to drink? Does she like to, you know, just figuring out what you like. Could I be friends with them? Are they not my kind of person? And this doesn't mean the people that you're going to be with on the ship are bad people. It's human nature. We all like to suss people out. We make a judgment. It's important to go on knowing that you are going to be subject of discussion. People are going to be sussing you out. Now, that being said, it's very, very important to make the right first impression. I cannot tell you how important first impressions are. Like, I have kept people around a lot longer than I should have just because they made a good first impression. And likewise, I have not given people enough of a chance because they've made a terrible first impression. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm simply trying to make you aware that your first 2 weeks to a month on board is crucial. There were 2 girls that I worked with on my last contract, and one of them worked really, really hard during the first month of her contract and then basically slacked off for the rest of it. But my manager never said anything because all he remembered was that first month that she worked really hard, because that's when he was making his mind up about her, and that's when he decided, this one's a really, really hard worker. So he was kind of blinded to the fact that she wasn't working hard anymore. Whereas there was another girl that came on, don't know why, but just slacked off for the first month of her contract, or the first few weeks of her contract. So of course everyone made their mind up about her, like, she's lazy, she doesn't do any work. She got really annoyed that this was the reputation she had gotten for herself, so then tried to redeem herself and, you know, volunteered for every job. But she never redeemed herself because all people remembered was that first 3 weeks where she was lazy. And unfortunately, this is true of everything. If you go to crew bar in your first few days on board and get blackout drunk, you're going to be known as the girl who gets blackout drunk, even if you only do it once in your contract. If it's in that first few weeks, that's what you're going to be known for. If you come on board and start sleeping with people as soon as you get on board and you make it known, that's what you're going to be known for. And I'm not saying any of these things are bad, I'm just saying, do you really want to be known for them? And if not, maybe wait a little bit. So that being said, during your first 2 weeks to a month on board, don't be late for anything, especially don't be late for work, but don't be late for meeting your friends out in port. Just don't do it. And if you are someone who's late, set your clock for like 10 minutes fast. Volunteer to do every single job at work. Work extremely hard during that first month, because then you can not work so hard for the rest of your contract and still be treated like you're the golden child. If you go to the crew bar, of course, you know, let loose, have a few drinks, but have a few drinks. Don't be known as the person that goes and gets obliterated and then turns up to work hungover the next day. It's just not what you want to be known for. Now, this is going to mean that your first month on board is going to be the hardest month possibly of your life. I don't know what you've been through, but it's going to be really, really hard. You're going to be living on a boat. You're going to be away from your family and your friends, possibly for the first time. The hours that you're working are probably going to be a shock to the system. Being in a new destination every day, although it's a wonderful thing to have to adjust to, it's weird. And on top of all of this that you've got going on, you have to be your absolute best at all times for the first month. This is what I would recommend, because you are making your life easier for your future self. You know what I mean? Like, if you can just get through your first month on board being the best person that you can be. The rest of your contract is going to be easier because everyone around you is going to assume that you're like that all the time. Do you see what I mean? Whereas, you know, if you go on board, you're rude, you're late, you get drunk, the rest of your contract's going to be a struggle because you're going to spend the rest of it redeeming yourself for your behaviour the first 2 weeks of your contract. So just, you know, let's not work hard, let's work smart. It's important as well to be nice to absolutely everyone. Now, hopefully, and I'm sure you are, a genuinely nice, kind, warm-hearted person. But just on the off chance that you're not, force it. Honestly, it will go a long way. Being nice to people, being kind to people, it is the way to get what you want on a cruise ship. That sounds really bad. But it is. It's a very, like, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine type of world that you're going to be living in. So if you're rude to people, if you're rude to everyone apart from the people that you work with, I mean, you're just gonna have a really hard time. You know, I've done videos in the past on like crew mafias and cliques and stuff, and basically the more people you're friends with on board a cruise ship, the more people that like you, the easier your life will be. So don't be an asshole because it really won't serve you. So this video is kind of like short and sweet, but it is something that I wanted to talk about because it is so important to just make that good first impression. If you're not confident, fake that confidence. If you're not nice, fake that niceness. Like, be the person that you want to be known as during that first month. Fake it till you make it. Hopefully you don't have to fake it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I just want your time on board to be as easy and as seamless as possible, and making a strong first impression is absolutely the way to do that. I mean, it's the way to do it at in any situation if you're going to any new company, whether it's on a cruise ship or not, but especially if you're going to work on a cruise ship, you want to make that strong first impression. But if you do have any questions about this, then you can leave them in the comments and I will get back to you, or any questions, anything like that. But yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. If you are going on a cruise ship soon, I know some of you are, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a wonderful time, make a good first impression. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.